Welsh Bicknor is an area of Herefordshire, England. Despite its name, it is not now in Wales, but it was historically a detached parish of the county of Monmouthshire.Courtfield. The manor house of Welsh Bicknor was originally known as Greyfield or Greenfield, the name altered after King Henry V of England. He had lived there as a young child of 8, following the death of his mother Mary de Bohun, under the care of Lady Margaret Montacute, wife of Sir John Montacute, 3rd Earl of Salisbury. Long before his father, King Henry IV, was to usurp the throne of King Richard II. An effigy of Lady Margaret Montacute can be seen in Welsh Bicknor Church, and her plain tomb is beside the altar in Goodrich Church. As its name suggests, Welsh Bicknor has close ties with Wales, having been a detached parish of Monmouthshire, although adjacent to English Bicknor and Ledbrick, which are part of Gloucestershire. The manor house and surrounding land of Welsh Bicknor belonged to the Vaughan family. However, in 1651 Richard Vaughan, who was a Catholic, had his land sequestered and given to Philip Nicholas of Llansoy in Monmouthshire. This is how the rather unusual situation of the exclave occurred. It has been deemed to be part of Herefordshire since the Counties Act 1844. Religious dissension within the Vaughan families continued for several generations. In 1715, John Vaughan refused the oath of allegiance to George I. He had estates in the several counties of Monmouthshire, Radnorshire, Herefordshire, and Gloucestershire valued at £1,000 per annum. In 1719 he was fined for not attending church. A later generation, in the person of Richard Vaughan, joined Prince Charles Edward Stuart's army in 1745. Vaughan took part in the Battle of Culloden and followed the prince into exile. He and his brother William Vaughan were outlawed and the property seized, while they themselves fled to Spain and became officers in the army of that country. Both married Spanish ladies, and some of the descendants settled in the home of their adoption and became grandees of Spain. Richard Vaughan died in Barcelona in 1795, but his son William eventually returned to Wales and obtained a restoration of the main portion of his estates, as heir to his uncle. Later, John Vaughan of Courtfield, elder brother of William, took the oath of allegiance to King George III at Monmouth in 1778. Louisa Eliza Rolls, who married John Vaughan of Courtfield in 1830, prayed that her children might have vocations to priesthood or the religious life, and 6 of her sons became priests and 4 of her daughters became nuns. Welsh Bicknor parish records are now held by Hereford Records Office. There is a youth hostel at Welsh Bicknor ****, adjacent to the church. The building had served as the rectory to the local church until it was leased to YHA in 1936. See full details below from YHA archives held by Univ of Birmingham, United Kingdom. Cadbury Research Library. Special Collections. Property tenure, leasehold. Later a freehold purchase. The old billiard hall, old laundry cottage and a garage were leased for 20 years from the 29th of October 1980. The sale and leaseback of YHA Welsh Bicknor and the associated cottages was completed on the 28th of February 2006. Currently leasehold. The old billiard cottage is currently leasehold. Property profile. Former rectory, set at the disposal of YHA by the Ediswyn Cables Company for a nominal rent. ***** Youth hostel was called Welsh Bicknor for many years and is now known as YHA Valley. The original hostel replaced the old Kernbridge hostel in 1936. Former Ross and Monmouth Railway. The Ross and Monmouth Railway served the area from Kernbridge Station across the River Wye. The line passed there with no intermediate station under Coppert Hill using the tunnel, with railway bridges across the River Wye to Kernbridge in the Ross and Wye direction, and Ledbrick Junction in the Monmouth direction.